We're the Wolfmans and we're building our second dream home right across the street from our first custom home build. In our previous episodes, we showed you how we built the bones of the house, and we are now officially in the sexier part of the build, which is the finishes stage. We've completed our tile and hardwood installation, and we are now starting with the trim molding. Trim might be small and subtle, but it can have such a big impact on a room and can really be used to make a design statement. Since we're going a bit more contemporary in this house, we chose a very clean profile that's 8.5 inches tall and has just a single reveal to add some interest. We decided to apply the same profile across the baseboards as well as the casing around our windows and doors to keep the overall look clean, consistent, and streamlined. So let's take you on site where the trim just got delivered.
All right, we got our trim carpenter here, getting started on the bay window, and we are officially overrun with cabinetry. Kitchen cabinetry was delivered to this morning, and installation starts tomorrow. Can't wait. All right, we got our trim work started today. The casing around one of our windows. Right here as well, it'll be easier in the other room to see. All right, trim installation starting today. Love it. Working around some of our cabinet delivery, which happened this morning. Gonna be sharp. All right, we got a super busy day on site today. The trim carpenters are here, and we got some baseboards being installed in the basement. These are looking real great. We'll just go and zoom in a little bit on the on what we chose. Obviously, it's gonna look totally different once it's painted, but just something really clean and simple with a little reveal right at the top. Really happy with it. We got our single panel shaker doors here. And yeah, things are moving along. We're really excited.
Our dining and living room will be our more formal entertainment spaces, so we wanted to dress them up a bit with some beautiful and elegant wall panels. We found an inspiration picture for a contemporary raised paneling application that we really liked, but we wanted a slightly bigger ratio. We explored different combinations and variations of the wall design and tried to decide what would look best in our space, thinking ahead about things like furniture, artwork placement, and overall look and feel of the room. At the end, we landed on this design for our dining room. It gives us a classic formal symmetry, but with a contemporary take. We carried the same design to our adjacent living room for an elegant, timeless, and chic look throughout. So paneling is pretty much done in the dining room and living room. It's obviously not painted yet. And we're thinking we're gonna go dark. Done some paneling here too, in the living room, around the fireplace, around the window, and right here around the big archway and entry. Hey, looking good. So we have this big wall here in our staircase, and we've been debating around what we want to do here. Originally we thought we would put like nice artwork, but the challenge is when you stand on the landing, your eye level is here. So if you do something that's appropriate for your eye level here, it will be too low for when you get up to the main floor and stand here, that would be too low. If you do something that's appropriate for this level, it'll be a bit too high when you stand here, which is kind of awkward to see like artwork start sort of above you. So we're thinking that maybe artwork is not necessarily the best approach unless we were to commission like a really, really big piece, which would also be quite expensive. So we're thinking what else we could do here. One option is some funky, cool wallpaper, so we'll be looking into that. But something else we were thinking is maybe using some applied molding and building out some some unique design here. We could either go nice and simple and classic and do like box styles, painted in dark paints just to give it some nice pop and contrast against kind of all the white walls that we have here. Another option is creating some geometric lines, something a little bit funkier, a little more unique. And I think that's kind of where we're leaning right now. So we're going to explore that a little bit more. We're going to be doing a few different sketches to try to see what that could look like. But we got a nice wall here to work with, and I think we can create something cool. I'm standing on our second floor, right on the landing before we go down the stairs. And this is kind of like our backdrop wall to our staircase. So it goes from the landing all the way up. It's about 12 feet. So we really debated what we want to do with this wall. So we thought, what can we do that's creative, that is kind of like an artistic type of wall that would be an inexpensive way to achieve this. So, ta-da! We spent a bunch of time on Pinterest and House looking for some inspiration pictures of different interesting kind of like abstract and geometrical type of decorative walls. So this is what we landed on. Right now it's primed white, but we're actually going to paint it dark to really give it this a bit more of a dramatic effect and to really make it like a standout accent wall. So stay tuned to see how it turns out.
Okay, we have our front door delivered today. So this is one of the skylights. The door will sit in the middle, the other, or not skylights, sorry, side lights. And then this will be the actual front door right here. And we're gonna have to stain that a nice dark color to match the outside of the house, but we're really excited. Arrived today, and it will be installed, I think, today actually. Hey guys, okay, so just wanted to show you a little something here. So as you can see here, this wall is looks pretty messy right now. So what happened here was this wall here was just not very straight. So when we went to put the trim on, there was no gap at the bottom, but there was about a ½ inch gap at the top, which is very significant. So we actually had to have our drywall guy come back. He put 1/4 inch drywall on the wall, and then he just did his first layer of mud, let's say, or plaster. And he's got to do probably 2 more layers to fully smooth it out. And then once that's done, it will look perfectly straight. So when the trim is on, the gap will be exactly the same and it will be consistent throughout. But it's just the small little things that sometimes you run into that you really got to pay attention to, so you don't have crooked things down the line. And it was great that our trim carpenter was able to call that out, and then we can get our drywall guy to come back and fix it ASAP.
Thanks for watching, guys. We hope you enjoyed the video as we walked you through the process of selecting our trim, designing a unique feature wall with applied molding, and bringing to life our living and dining room with beautiful raised paneling. As you saw, there are so many details to work through when designing a custom home, and every single design decision has a lot of thought and effort that went into it. But we love the journey and process of creation. Please leave us a comment or a like to let us know your thoughts, and be sure to subscribe to follow along our home building journey. In our next episode, we unpack those cabinetry boxes as we start our dream kitchen installation, so make sure to join us next time.